really red fish soup, but he took like one bite. Oh my god, I was like, but don't you eat spicy? He was like, so that was really funny. Hello everyone, my name is Bibi. I'm 28, I'm from France, and I've been living in Korea for a year and a half. So my father is the only one who came so far. He came to visit me because he is always worried, and he travels all the time for his work, and he didn't have any vacation, but he came for 4 days just to visit me. He didn't really have time to like go outside of Seoul. We just went to inside of Seoul and did like a tourist tour, like basically like real tourist. Ate a lot of samgyeopsal, a lot of like traditional foods as well. He just came just to see how I was living, basically. Father is quite difficult to impress. He's traveled all his life. He's been to every continent, so it's really difficult for him to be like, wow, this is great. So he was just like, oh, okay, this is, you know, you're comfortable, you live in a nice house. But he was actually really impressed because we're originally from Senegal, and our countries have the same era where they became independent. And so the first thing he said was, wow, like we were independent at the same time, but Korea went like this compared to like other emerging countries. And he's a very serious man, so he was analyzing like, oh, I wonder how they did this, and like politics and economy. So he was just making comments about how Korea did this whole technological advancement, and he started just like, oh, I wonder why Senegal can do the same. We have to work harder. He was saying a lot of things about how we have to work harder. He was impressed in that sense. So today I'm going to talk about the 3 things that my dad was really not shocked but kind of surprised about when he first came to visit me in Korea. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is my father being really pleasantly surprised by how organized and clean Seoul is compared to Paris especially. He made a lot of comments about how Korea has been independent from not that very long, and the way that they've been able to kind of become like a really developed country in such a short time was quite incredible in his sense. He just didn't know anything about Korea before. He only knew China and Japan and other Asian countries. So he was just like really happy to see how clean the subway was, because in Paris our subways are disgusting. So he was really happy. He was like, oh, it's so clean, I love this. He just liked the fact that everything was so new and fresh and clean, especially the cleanliness, because it's like you can go into a developed city and still have like smells and things like that. So he was happy about that, and he was just kind of impressed that he thought I was in this foreign country far away where nothing was happening, but it was like, oh, it's actually a lot of things happening. And then we were also going to Gangnam. He has never been to Gangnam, so oh my god, all these like skyscrapers and things like that. So he was just really shocked about how everything was like clean, fast, and just looking really high-tech in a way, because usually you see those things when you talk about Japan, like in the culture, in like pop culture, and it's not something that's really famous about Korea. Now it is, but it wasn't really at the time. He was kind of like impressed about that. The second thing, that a lot of people wear masks. In Africa or Europe, at least before the pandemic, people didn't really wear masks. It's not really a thing. And one thing about like Korean pop culture is that mask for 외국인s is kind of like almost a fashion statement. So we used to see a lot of kids, even in France, kind of wear masks, and we were like, we don't have Mondi, why are you wearing a mask? But it was more to be like, oh, K-pop style. So it's just like a stereotype. Obviously, not everybody did that. So he was kind of like, why is everybody wearing masks? It's kind of the culture, and there's a lot of fine dust here. But we have fine dust in Senegal as well, but nobody wears masks. And he was like, oh, we should do the same thing. So he was kind of surprised. He was just wondering why everybody was hiding their face. And I think in France, if you do that, people kind of look at you funny, like, why are you hiding your face? So it's really different culturally. So he was like, oh, what's going on? He didn't really understand. So I just explained to him that there's like Mondi, and it was just kind of like almost like a statement, like in fashion now. But I guess now he understands, because now he wears masks every day. Also, the fact that he came like, when was it, in maybe November? So it was kind of cold, and people usually wear masks to like protect their faces, but that's not something we do. And actually in France, we kind of take our scarves and we put them all the way here, which is the same thing, but it's so much better to use a mask. It's just so much easier, but we never really make that connection. So he had his scarf like here, and I was like, well, that's what they're doing it for. Number 3 is spicy food. So you might be wondering, well, you're an African girl, of course you know spicy food. Well, my father is a very proud Senegalese man who eats very spicy, but he did not realize the level of spicy that Korean food had. So we went to this traditional restaurant, and I forget the name in Korean, but we had like fish soup basically, and it's like this really red fish soup, and he loves fish, and he loves fish soup in general. But he took like one bite, oh my god, he started crying, and I felt really bad because he was really hungry and we had this like feast of food and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy you really delicious food, da da da. Like, I can't eat this, it's too spicy, are you crazy? He was just really like huffing and puffing and crying. So I was like, but don't you eat spicy? He was like, not this level. So that was really funny to see because in our country, when you have like foreigner friends who often come to like our vacation house to visit us, we always tell them, be careful, it's very spicy here, or we take out the pepper and we're like, oh, we put the pepper out for you. So we always say like, oh, you can't eat this, it's too spicy. And then for the first time I saw my dad suffering because of spicy food. So that was really funny to see. That was a really funny episode. 삼겹살. We had like 목살, so he ate a lot. Even though he's not even a big meat person, he likes fish a lot, but when I showed him like how to eat like with sam and everything, he was really excited about it. So he ate a lot of that. Probably the spiciness. I think he wasn't expecting that to be this spicy and he thought that we have the most spicy food, and I was like, but no, like there are different countries and you haven't tried it yet. But I think that's the most thing he was surprised for. Usually he's not easily surprised, so I think the food is the thing that he will never forget. 한국의 매운맛, unforgettable. So I went to Jeju-do maybe 3 weeks to a month ago for the first time, and the whole time I kept saying, oh my god, my dad will love this, my dad will love this. My dad was born on the beach, like in a village on the beach, and he loves the sea, he loves everything that has to do with fishing, he loves all of that. And so I went to Jeju and we were just like eating like a lot of fish and things like that, and he just would love to go to a place like this. Like, it's really peaceful, the atmosphere, and like you have like houses on the beach. So I know he would like buy a house on the beach or something if he could. So I think if he comes back, like I would like to go on a family vacation in Jeju. I think he would really love it. So guys, today I spoke about the 3 things that had my dad shook when visiting Korea for the first time. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!